Hello there, my YouTube family. How are you? I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, coming to you once again. Thank you so much for my new subscribers and those of you who like and share the page to help others get the knowledge they need for what they're going through. I really appreciate you and value you. And I so value the many emails that I'm receiving from you. Thank you. And many of you that are posing so many pertinent questions. And it's just a delight to answer those questions. One of the questions that was asked is, why do I seem so frustrated when I'm with the narcissist? Why do I seem so frustrated? And I've been gone. I still am frustrated. I seem like I'm unaccomplished. I seem devalued. I've been gone. And what is going on? Sometimes when you after the narcissist, there's still healing that needs to take place in your life because you done went through such trauma and such pain until those areas of your brain had to be healed. If you look under MRI, your brain show evidence of trauma, and you have to be healed from that trauma. Just because you leave the situation don't mean you leave the emotions of the situation. Many of you have left the situation, you've left the event, but now the emotions have to be healed. They are within you, so they travel within you. You've been discarded or you escape. If you escape, it is a narcissistic injury because the narcissists believe that they are so powerful, lovable, and such entitled until they don't believe that you can leave. They believe that you will have a continuum, especially many of you that have been going through this over and over and over again, and it's been years. And from months, it went years, and you thought that there's no way I would go through this. You look up and it's 10 years. You look up and it's 20 years. And you say, I am frustrated. When you feel like you can't get out of a situation, you cannot change the situation, and you are frustrated, you're angry, you're annoyed with the situation, that's where the frustration comes. The frustration let you know you feel a sense of helplessness. You feel a sense of, I can't change the situation. No matter what I do, it does not help. And so you get frustrated, and frustration talks to you and tell you you will never be able to do this. You'll never be able to come out. But that's a lie. You can come out. You use wisdom, you use strategy, you plan, and you can come out. Knowledge will give you every tool you need. God is so faithful. The Bible said with the temptation, he will make a way of escape. God will give you the wisdom you need to escape the event, to escape the trauma, and to heal what you've been through takes time. It took years to get into that. It's going to take time to get out of there because your brain needs to be healed. Your brain has been so bruised, misused, and traumatized until in your brain is the memory and the collection of all the events that have occurred to it. So when you're long gone or the narcissist has discarded you, the brain has a recall system that is going to recollect the event and then add emotions to it. And you already have the emotions of the past event. So that's why when you go to a therapist, when you go to a trauma specialist, when you go to a life coach, they go to the root. They go to the start of the event to see why all of the other connectors, the domino effect. And some of you said, I've been in relationship after relationship, and every time I get a narcissist, because you have not demagnetized. That frequency is there. And sometimes when it's all you know, that's all you attract. And you attract your pain, you attract your hurt. And so you're frustrated. You say, why can't I do better? Why can't I choose better? It's not a matter of doing and choosing. It's a matter of changing your inner core. Because when you change your desires, you will attract something different. You are going to different relationship, but it's the same mindset. It's the same hurt. It's the same pain. And you're not giving yourself the chance to get to wholeness, a chance to demagnetize. So you frustrate the situation by giving yourself the same modules that you've already been in. It's like constantly going through a class. You're in the 12th grade. You're 2 years of college, but you keep going through the 12th grade. You keep going through the 2 years of college, but you want to graduate. Well, you cannot graduate with continuing to go through the same thing. The narcissist is a pattern activist. They pattern things and they depend on their pattern because they're used to the structure of the same and they want the same, because when you are operating as the same, it gives them confidence that their plan is working. And that's why, if you notice, they have the same plot, they have the same plan. They'll use a different scheme, but it's the same plan, it's the same plot, it's the same module, because the narcissist is pretty predictable. They only go through certain things. You may get a different person, but they go through the same plan. They're going to go through devaluation, they're going to go through adulation, they're going to go through the discard, they're going to go through gaslighting, they're going to go through all the things that you're used to. And this is why you have to change your mind. When you change your mind, you're going to change what you go through. You're going to change what you tolerate. You're going to change what you allow. Your standard of allowance has to decrease, because the more you increase allowance, you're going to allow more and more to happen to you. Your propensity of activating the pain and handling the pain is going to increase. So what the narcissist does, he increase your capacity by making sure they pattern your pain, and this frustrates you. And the frustration, then they keep it coming. They don't give you a chance to regroup. They don't give you a chance to resolve. And they keep coming, because really you're training your mind and what to do. You're training your mind and what to receive. You're training your mind is what legitimizes what is good for you. And even though it's bad for you, your mind will accept that as a collaboration of happenings in your life. Why? Because it's a pattern. Patterns are powerful because patterns talk to you about what should happen. And that's why many of you keep being attracted to the narcissist. And you're attracted to the narcissist because you got to break that pattern. You got to break that habit. You got to break that frequency. And many of you brought the frequency from home. It wasn't even that you got it outside in a relationship. You brought it from your rearing at home. That was the pattern. That is why it was so easy for you to accept that pain. Everybody else said, why you are in that relationship? Can't you see? Can't you? But it's what you're used to. Your body has accustomed itself to pain. Your body has accustomed itself to abuse. That's the relationship you're used to. Started with your parents, started with your father, started with your mother, and now it comes out. And so your body, your brain is telling you that something else needs to happen. Your body is telling you you can't keep going through this, but your experience is telling you this is you. This is what you have. This is all you deserve. And so you start the acceptance. The reason you are frustrated is because the law of acceptance does not match your inner core. In your inner core, you're talking to yourself. Why am I going through this? Why am I allowing this? This can't be right. I must be happy. Why is she happy and I can't be happy? That's your inner core trying to get you to see that life is greater, life is bigger, because in you is the essence of a God-built mechanism. God built you for greatness. God built you in his image. God built you to succeed. God built you not to be controlled. God built you with a will, which gave you options, which gave you choices. And when you got with the narcissist, what they do, deleted your options, deleted your choices, brought you into a realm of control. Control means they place you in a limited space where they guard your movement, the movement of your mind, the movement of your dreams, the movement of your goals, the movement of your will. And so now you are in this existential bondage, this cage, and you're trying to get out. And every day you think about that cage. You want out of the cage because life on the inside of you seemed huge, it seemed big, but is not testifying or agreeing to what you are going through. You're going through turmoil. You're going through trauma. You're going through hopelessness. And after a while, your energy start expending. You're expending energy. It's like a hamster going nowhere. This leads to frustration. Frustration, helplessness, hopelessness, because when you have hope, you have energy. It's the power of passion to move you forward. But when you're hopeless, you lose energy, you lose goals, you lose dreams. After a while, you lose yourself. and you look in the mirror and you have no idea who that person is because you've lost yourself. Frustration is what the narcissists use. Why? Because frustration will always limit you. It will always delete your option. It will always let you lay you flat. You will never rise above. You are eagle, but you are on the ground, and you have a wingspan of 6 to 7 feet. And you're with chicken that don't have that wingspan. They get up and they fly, but they come back down. You are eagle, and you look up one day and see something just like you. And it's soaring in the air. I mean, it's moving gracefully. And you look up and you say, they look like me. And you look around and it does not look like you. But that's where you've been. That's who you walked with. That's who you talked with. That's who you gave yourself to. But you didn't see yourself. It wasn't a reflection of your true core, your true essence. You look up, and what is so high, but it has all of the markings that you have, all of the identity that you have. But because you have not used your wingspan, you don't have the ability to lift yourself off the ground. You have the potential, but because you didn't build your strength, every time you try to lift up, you lift up like what you've been around. The chickens lift up and come back down. You lift up and come back down. The chicken, they cluck and eat from the ground. You can't cluck because your tone is different. Your language is different. You got the same behavior, but you're not making the same sound. You're not releasing the same frequency, because one day you look at the chickens and some in you want to eat them. Something in you want to devour them, because the true essence of your person is coming alive. Your instinct is waking up. And that's what happens when you start to grow weary, when you start to get tired, when you start to recognize, I will not continue like this. I will not continue this abuse. I will not. I love you, but I love me more because I'm dying, and I refuse to die because of you. When the narcissist recognize that you're coming to the end of it and you're coming to a quit of what you have been allowed, the narcissist throw in more frustration, because he needs those cages to build around you. He needs you to be limited. He needs your eyes off the sky and your boots on the ground and your eyes on the ground. The only thing is the eagle keeps circulating above you with all of your markings. You will not be able to stay there. You got more knowledge. When we break your mind open into more knowledge of who you are, instead of getting frustrated, we start stirring up your passion. We start stirring up your hunger. We start stirring up the what ifs. You start stirring up is the why. We start stirring the questions that must be answered. And what satisfied you is not satisfying you no more. You no longer want to gravitate to the chickens on the ground. And now you have to wash that frustration, because that frustration can turn to anger. That frustration can turn to rage. That frustration can turn to dissatisfaction. That frustration can turn to discombobulation, where nothing pleases you and you start fighting everything around you but the narcissist, because that's what you want to preserve. That's what you want to keep, because that's who have your heart. But that's the menace. That's the problem. That is the reason why the frustration is there. And frustration is there because it demands a resolution. It demands an answer. And frustration is telling you, we don't belong here. We belong somewhere else. We need to do something else. There's something greater than this. And it's all on the inside of you. You wake up every day, you look outside, and the light outside is trying to penetrate the darkness that has taken your mind, that has taken your dream, that's taken your hopes away. And you try to give that light to your children, but as long as you stay in devastation, you eat devastation, you reap devastation, you collaborate with devastation, it would take your energy, it would take your will, until you're looking in the mirror and you're asking yourself, who are you? So you say, why am I frustrated? An eagle that's on the ground with that much weight, that much height, that is around the biggest chicken is still outweighing it by massive weight. And when he lifts out his wingspan, the chickens always get afraid, even though that wingspan has been there with them. And they have accustomed that eagle to being with them. Yet when he spread his wing, something rise up in them instinctively to fear it. You're on the ground, but you don't belong on the ground. You belong in the air. The beauty of you, the markings of you. The narcissist is not the end of your life. It can be the beginning of your wisdom. Yes, you went through the pain. Yes, you went through the tears. Yes, you went through the torment. Yes, you made a mistake, but you're waking up. You're yarning, and you can smell the dew in the morning. Something is happening on the inside of you. Young woman, you are waking up. Young man, you are waking up. Life is bigger than where the narcissist took you, and you realize they can't take you any further because you refuse to go screaming, hollering, kicking, scratching, dying. Frustration is there to let you know the place you're in is really too small for you. You deserve bigger, better, greater. You deserve so much more. And now it's talking to you. What you never had, what you didn't get, or what you had before is there on the phone of your mind, the phone of your will, the phone of your intellect, saying, let me out again. Because you can do this. Strategy and knowledge is the doorway to freedom, and God will make sure you have them both. While you're frustrated, eagle, get off the ground. The air is calling you. God opens the door. The door is there for you. Now strategize, because you deserve more than what you have become. And you can live again. A good, steady therapist that knows narcissism, a good support group. Not flying monkey. If they love the narcissist, if you find them talking to the narcissist, that is no longer your group. That's his group. That's her group. Eagles do meet. And it's sparingly that you see a group of eagles. You have a group of eagles on YouTube giving you information, making sure we lift your hands up, making sure your mind has clarity, making sure that you can think. Extend your wingspan, because the right current or the right wind is getting ready to lift you up, and you will see the beauty of who you are again. Write me, Destiny Helper 12s @gmail.com. Let me help you. Destiny Helper 12s @gmail.com. Or Dr. Brian, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Dr. Carmen Bryan. Let us help you. Your wings need to be built up, and that's what we're doing, because you are getting ready to fly. Leave your email, leave your number, and wait for a response. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. I want to see your marking. Spread your wings. That's why you're frustrated. You're in a place too small for you. And the narcissist has built a parameter which no longer fit your criteria. Spread your wings and knock the walls of limitation out. Flying is good for you. I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the page. and I will see you on the next video. Eagles in the Heights. God bless you.